You can go to wellerdoesdelmarva.com and watch us. We have a regular group of watchers. They chit and chat with you. Is that right?
That is correct. Now, is this the local web or the World Wide Web?
Today, I'm using the World Wide Web. Okay?
We're going big time.
We're going to go out of the Bridgeville area. Instead of using the local Bridgeville web, we're going to use the worldwide, www.whatwouldweller.do, okay? .wellerdoesdelmarva.com. So check us out. You can see us. We're all right here. I'm sporting a new hairdo today. Been all morning working on it. It's like a search and rescue mission to work on my hair. I got to find it first. That's why my barber don't cut me no break, because he's got to find the hair before he cuts the hair.
It's a lot more work.
It's a whole lot more work, okay? And then he's done. His eyes are red. He's got to use Visine and everything else. So good morning, Brooks. You okay?
I am great.
Okay, I have Pastor Bob Weed with us today. Good morning there, young man.
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Real good. And you're up bright and early?
I'm up. I don't know if I'm bright.
Traveled all the way across the county to be here. Good. How are you?
It's cold out there this morning.
It's a little chilly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Do you have
22
frost?
degrees.
Oh, you probably had your vehicle inside.
Had it in the garage, but everybody else was frosted up. The grass is all frosty.
Yep.
And yeah, it's cold. Winter's here.
Just about, huh? Wow. Well, anyway, I got a lot of things to cover today. We got a lot going on, so we want to thank you for watching the show. I do want to let you know this is a show that I actually pay for. So if you're listening and you say, wow, how do I get involved? I got a business I want you to help me promote. I want you to do a live remote. Man, we did one up there at Shore Speed, and had Rick Fowler up there from No Nonsense Office Machines. He said, Jim's one of the best things I ever did. He said, I did a remote at Shore Speed in Milford, and I've had so many people come in. So I want to just remind you that Rick Fowler is a happy customer. No Nonsense Office Machines. He's my copier guy, and he does all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you more about his business in a little bit, but he was really glad he was involved in it. So I just want to let you know, most of the people we advertise with are people we know, friends of ours, people we want to align ourselves with. So if you're listening and you own a business or you're involved in an organization, we work cheap. We don't work for free, but it's almost like for free. But so we'll treat you fair and square. Just give me a call, and we can talk about it sometime. You can email me too. It's Jim, J-I-M. A lot of people, they look at me, think it's G-Y-M. It's J-I-M @wellers.com. Okay? So anyway, one of the things I did want to mention is Pastor Bob's going to be here through the whole show. We're just going to talk a little bit about, from a pastor's perspective, what Christmas is really all about. In other words, a lot of us only know it as presents and gifts and a lot of stress in our lives and busy times, but he's going to give us a different view, a different thought on it. I do want to let people know that another one of my sponsors that I really enjoy dealing with, people that know me know I love a good auction, and Wilson's Auction Sales in Lincoln is somebody that has supported the show, and I want to thank Dave Wilson and his staff there and let you know, if you ever want to go to an auction, Wilson's Auction has one every Saturday right there at Wilson's Auction in Lincoln. But they also have them different times of the year, different places. They can come to you if you have an estate you want to settle or some property you want to sell or something like that. One thing they do have is New Year's Day. They have an annual New Year's Day auction, and I usually go to it, and it's a lot of fun. And they're going to have one this New Year's Day right on the 1st. And you can go to Wilson's Auction at, wait a minute, where is it? Wilson'sAuction.com. Wilson's with an S, auction.com, and see the different auctions. But the one on New Year's Day, they're going to have some tags for sale. I always like that. If you've never been to a Delaware tag auction, it's kind of neat. It's big money. People pay a lot for these. The values have went up and down like everything else, but they've held their value. They're probably a better investment than putting your money in an investment, to be honest with you. Plus, you get to use it. So a lot of people are into these low-digit tags. So anyway, Wilson's Auction. If you need an auctioneer, I highly recommend them. If you want to go to an auction, and the one thing Dave Wilson wants everybody to know, that whatever you bid is what you pay. Some auctions, you make a bid, and then there's called a buyer's premium. Where at Wilson's Auction, what you pay is what you bid is what you pay. So give them a call if you have any auction-related questions, 422-3454. That's 422-3454, and you can look them up on the web at wilsonsauction.com. Tell them I sent you, good friends of mine, good people, and they always have stuff. Today is Saturday. You could go there, I think at 10 o'clock it starts, and they have all kinds of stuff. You can go there at 8 o'clock tonight, and they're still auctioning stuff off. So anyway, Pastor Bob, tell me, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I'm ready for Christmas.
Are you ready?
I am.
Are you usually ready?
For me, I don't do a lot of shopping because my wife does the lion's share of it.
All right.
But I'm always ready for the day. I'm ready for the season. Ready to see people, greet with
Okay.
family. Because, Christmas there's a lot of things about Christmas, but one of the things that all of us recognize is Christmas is about family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a time to get together with people that you haven't seen for a long time.
The ones you can tolerate and even the
Ones
ones
you can't.
struggle to tolerate
That's
with.
right. That's right.
It's the time of the year to be nice no matter what.
And that's what's nice too I wish it was Christmas all year long because people go out of their way to be courteous.
And then a lot of
Kind.
times they interact with somebody and say, gee, whatever we weren't clicking on wasn't so bad. It's a time to mend and heal and forgive and rebirth relationships. in
It
other
is.
words.
It really is. And like I said, I wish it was all year long because this is how we ought to act.
Right. In other words, we should be cheerful and
Yeah.
giving and so on and so forth. So you are, just tell us who you are, what you're involved in, just for the people.
Okay. I'm the pastor of Eagles Nest Fellowship Church in Milton,
Okay.
Milton, Delaware, and we have a school, we have a campground,
Wow.
and church. A lot of things going on. Early Learning Center.
That's
So
a lot going on at a
There's
church.
a lot going on. Yeah. There's
Okay.
a lot going on. It keeps me busy.
I would
Yeah.
say so. Wow, that's
Yeah.
quite a bit. So, and how long you been there?
I have been there 13 years. I came on staff as the youth pastor and kind of
Okay.
worked down the food chain,
Okay.
taking on more and more responsibility
Okay.
until the
So
founding
they
pastor.
allowed you to take on all the responsibility you would.
All that I wanted.
Wow,
It's
wasn't that
amazing how
nice?
that works.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah.
Well, good. So, in other words, and so now you've got yourself a good little staff all around you, and a lot of things going on. In other words, how would you describe Eagles Nest as a church? Somebody listening, never been, or and I hate to say this,
Yeah.
but isn't the Christmas season a time that a lot of people say, you know what, I'm going to get focused on my health, and I'm going to get focused on my relationship with the Lord, if I have one or don't have one, or so on. It's time, daggone it. It's a new year. We're going to make a commitment to go to church as a family or as a whatever. Now, as Eagles Nest, a church, you would even describe, is it for older people, younger people?
Yes.
Does it have anything for children?
Yes.
In other words, like, how would you describe it? In other words,
we're a church for
take
every.
a person that's never
Yeah.
been to church and say, I would like to tell you what we have to offer.
Yeah, well, we have something for everybody,
Okay.
all age groups, because our focus is on the family, the entire family,
The whole
young,
unit.
old, the unit, yeah.
Okay.
And in a family, if you're fortunate enough to have grandparents, that are involved in the family, and grandkids all the way up the spectrum.
Right.
And so we really strive to and work hard on trying to have things for the entire family,
Okay.
young kids, adults.
So, like, what is the youngest? Is it called, like, to come to church? What is the youngest thing called?
We have a kids cove. It's where
Okay.
the kids. We have an area designated just for kids and do a lot of activities.
So the kids actually are not in the church with the parents. There's something geared to their,
kids.
I won't say mentality level,
Yeah,
age level.
age
in other
level.
words,
Yeah, age
Okay.
appropriate. We want that to be the best hour of their week.
You want them to look forward to it.
We want them to look forward to it. So they get, the teachings of Scripture on a level, that they can understand.
Okay.
They get
in an
principles.
environment with people their same age.
Their same age and volunteers that love them. I mean,
Okay.
our volunteers love the kids. Amy Brown, our children's director, does a phenomenal job.
She really does.
She really does. She
Yep.
she gets down on their level. She's very talented and gifted, but most of all, she cares about each of the kids.
You can see it.
And you can see it when you interact with
I
them.
don't even know how she knows all their names.
It's amazing.
It is beyond
Well, some of us
amazing,
she's
in other
younger than
words.
we are, so that
That's
helps.
true. Her retention level's better.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does do better
Yeah.
than ours.
So, so any age child can come along with the parents. I mean, what if they're just a little baby?
Well, we have a nursery.
Do we?
But
Okay.
then again, some parents that are coming into a church for a first time, want
Are
to
not
keep their
comfortable
kids
with
so
that, right.
they can keep their kids in the sanctuary if
Okay.
they like. I try to stay family friendly in my preaching style.
Okay.
And I'm like most preachers. Every once in a
That's
while,
true,
I'll say
yeah.
something that I have to pull back a little bit, but I'm really conscious on trying not to say anything. That a child
That
would
a
ask
10
the
or
kid-
12-year-old would go home and say,
"What was that, Dad
Yeah.
or Mom?"
Okay.
Even though we cover life issues, I
Right.
do it. Sometimes I'll say like,
in
what
a
I mean.
family-friendly way.
Yeah, like I'll just kind of like, what I mean by that,
Right.
and try to, where it's, not maybe appropriate for that young child. I'm
Okay.
very intentional about that because we want families to be able to come. And truth doesn't always have to be abrasive. Truth is, in fact, it never has to be abrasive. Truth is truth, but we can say it in ways that is sensitive to people. So
Yeah.
we have a lot. We have a lot for the younger. We have a lot for the older. We're trying real hard to grow each one of those areas so that everybody has what they need.
And then after the first of the year, aren't we launching a whole new set of I call them small groups. I don't know exactly what.
We call them
what
life
the-
groups. So
Right.
we do life
to help
groups
you
in
get
semester.
connected.
Yes, life groups are groups or meetings in people's homes. where you have a little snack. We do what they call sermon-based groups, where they'll talk about the sermon, not
or
the preacher.
pastor. Okay.
They don't have
I've
roast
been doing it
preachers.
wrong all along. Okay.
And it's a chance. It's a little bit more relaxing. You get to know people on a more
And you
personal
can divide
level.
them up in, if you're at a senior point in life, you seek out that group. If you are real comfortable with kids just being around, and so you seek out that group. In other words, I mean, it's all divided up. If you need to do it in the middle of the day, there's some that meet in the middle of the day, and some are evenings, some are mornings, some are daytime. In other words, it's all in what works for whoever needs to
because
work.
life isn't like in a lane. Life is all over the place. And
Is
so
it?
we have to try. Yeah, that's last time I checked.
It's in the trees. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Like you said, it's around the corner. It's around
Right.
the corner. So we try to meet people where they are and accommodate. And, once again, it's impossible to get every scenario, but we try real hard to bring it down to where people live.
And the people that lead these groups or head them up, they're excited to do it. In other words, I think you've got a good little group going on there. In other words, and we're like any church. We have our opportunities and challenges, but I would say it's fair to say Eagles Nest is on a real positive growth mode right now.
It is, and one of the things I love about our church is that people are real.
Yes.
We've really stressed our tagline is authentic biblical community, and what we mean by that is we want to be real people, dealing with real life issues and figuring out how to do life correctly. We want to be biblical. That means that our values and our beliefs are driven by what's in the scriptures, and then we want to be community. And I think this is a challenge today, is because of the modern world, all the technology and the busyness, it's hard to do community. It's harder than we think.
Yeah. Now this year I think we purposely I've done a few things. We went out. What was that thing? Bargains on
the Broadkill.
Gave out tons of
about
bottles
800
of water.
bottles of water.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Just
and we've got
something
some neat things planned this year that we haven't talked yet.
But I've heard a
publicly
lot
about.
of good things. We were in the parade.
In the Christmas parade in Milton.
Yeah, that went real good, and had a lot of good comments. Because whatever amount you hear, I hear a lot too. So in other words, and it's been kind of exciting, some of these things that we're doing. In other words, and then we did trunk or treat. That was kind of good.
Trunk or treat. That was
had
fun.
hundreds of people coming.
We had
out.
hundreds for that. That was probably the biggest one we've had yet, where we just get a bunch of cars and put candy in the back and decorate our trunks.
Yeah.
And just provide a safe place. Because what we're trying to do as a church is we want to be here and be there for our community.
Because technically, a church just is the community.
The church is a community within a
It's
community.
not like a different bunch of people you bust in just for Sunday. It's actually
We live here.
Right, we live here. We bank here. We eat here. We golf here, and so on. So
everybody wins. It's like obviously we're a community of faith. We have a set of beliefs and practices that we practice as a community. But one of those is to serve our community. We want people not only to learn to worship and connect in church community, we want them to learn to serve the community.
right, when they go out in the community,
Yes.
if they come up on an accident, or if they have a bad transaction with somebody they're doing business with, or how to show Christ-like character through all scenarios. Not only tragedies, but opportunities to bite your tongue and respond in a different way, and so on.
Absolutely. Like a couple weeks ago, I was coming home from a friend's house. We were watching some football. He's got a big screen TV, so I went to watch.
Were you watching the Cowboys get beat?
Well, I was watching. Who was I watching? I don't know if it was the Cowboys or not.
They didn't get beat though. They won. So
That was just last week.
That was last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we were watching the game, so we were on the way home. And on the way home, we drove by. Somebody was on the side of the road with their flashers on. It was a real dark area, so I didn't stop automatically because I didn't know if it
Okay.
was somebody that was trying to mug me or not. So, caution people.
Somebody who had heard you preach.
Somebody who
Oh,
heard
I'm
me
sorry.
preach.
I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
really upset. No, they'd have been sleeping on the side of the road if that's the case.
Okay.
But they had their flashers on, so I drove by and I got thinking about it, and I said, it looks like they really could use some help. So I turned around, drove about another mile or two, turned around, and then came up behind them, just checking the area out to make
Right.
sure that it wasn't a setup, because you can get
Right.
carjacked.
Okay.
I warn people. I used to pick up hitchhikers and all that. I'm a little bit more
Milton
discerning
Pastor,
than I
Milton
wasn't.
Pastor gets hijacked.
Right. So I checked it
$8
out.
ransom.
Yeah, $8. They'll pay you. No, they'll pay you $1,000 to take me. That's the kind of thing. What happened to me? But stopped by and they really needed some help, and
Wow.
we were able to help change a tire, and that's the kind of thing. Carefully, and I stress carefully.
Right.
We need to be there for people.
Right. But
And,
not only that, just on the workplace, on the job, again, if you're in any type of business that interacts with people, you're going to have opportunity after opportunity to to exemplify Christ-like character or to butcher it up. In other words,
Find out how good our Christianity is
Yeah.
actually when we're doing business with difficult people.
correct. So in other words, in anything you do, you're actually doing business all day long, because we're actually all in the people business every minute of every hour of every day, even when we're sleeping, whether we snore respectfully or not. So in other words,
The snoring
all right.
part's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, I want to mention. Can you hang out with me a little bit longer?
I sure can.
I'm going to jump to another person that I like to support. Brooks loves this place. I think you've even been there, Pastor Bob. It's called Shore Speed in Milford, the indoor go-kart track.
Blast.
Yeah, it's an addiction you can live with, is what he says, and that's true.
That is very true.
And Brooks and his brother Brandon are kind of fixed on kind of being the top dogs up there. And Pastor Bob, how'd you do when you were there?
I did okay, but I tell you, I was sore afterwards because it's
Really?
really intense.
Yeah, it is.
It's very intense. It's great. It's great fun. Great family fun. Great for business.
Yep.
You have some party. You want to do a party
Yeah,
for your
do a
business.
party there. Yep.
It's awesome.
You want
But,
to take
yeah, I
all-
was tired.
Right, if you wanted to take all your volunteer staff there for an evening or something.
Yeah. Felt like I was going around in circles, but it was fun.
But anyway, it's called Shore Speed, and it's in Milford. People say, where in the world is this place? Say, you got to find McDonald's, which is easy to find. Just look for the Golden Arches. Okay, then right behind McDonald's is a big old beer distributor called NKS Distributors. So you can't go through their building. You've got to go right or left on Maston Circle, and it's right behind NKS Distributors, okay? Shore Speed, it's an indoor go-kart track, which means if you got a rainy, drizzly day or a snowy day or a windy day, man, it's the place to go. And then I've had people say, gosh, there's got to be a lot of fumes in there. Nope, they're battery operated, and them babies go 30, 40, I like to say they go 50 miles an hour. It's what it felt like to me.
That's what it
But-
feels like for sure.
Yeah, especially when Brooks
It's
is in your
fast.
way.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're a lot of fun. A little bit for everybody. They've got some games in there. They got some slot track things. They got the rock wall. I've never seen you climb the rock wall.
I might be a little heavy for the rock wall.
I don't think you are.
And if I'm not,
I saw them straps that said weight limit 180. I'm telling you, Brooks, you can do it. And I'll video you.
even if I could, let's just say, even if I could,
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a fear of heights.
That would make the video better. It might go viral.
Yeah, probably.
Brooks
would.
gets up there
Yeah.
and freaks
Yeah,
out. In other
passes
words,
out.
Mom! Mom! Anyway, Shore Speed in Milford. Phone number if you have any questions, if you want to buy some gift certificates. I think they've got some specials going on. You know something else they're getting ready to do? Is have leagues. Leagues. And I don't even know the details of it, but they're going to start right after the first of the year. And so he's suggesting people sign up. They're going to have heat races, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's, 302, of course, 362-7113, 7113, 362-7113. Please like them on Facebook. It's Shore Speed on Facebook. I told them I'd get them a gazillion likes, okay? So that's my goal for the day. I think I get a penny a like. I'd have a gazillion pennies. How much is that, Brooks?
A gazillion pennies.
Okay, very good. He's on it today. Anyway, and we have some coupons here at Weller's for $5 off a race. All you got to do is stop in and say, I'd like a coupon. Say it kind of nicely, not like, I want one of them coupons. Say it real nice and easy. I would like a coupon. No purchase necessary. You can have one absolutely free. If I was allowed to give them out in church, I'd take them to church tomorrow, but I won't do that, okay? But anyway, Shore Speed coupons, $5 off a race. Check them out, 362-7113. I've had a birthday party there. We were renting it one night a month and had a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
That was a blast.
You know, so you can rent the whole place if you want. You can do whatever you want. Shore Speed in Milford. Check them out. Brooks, what is going on in your world? How is Uncle Brooks doing?
Uncle Brooks is doing good. Doing
Okay.
good.
How's the babies?
They are doing really well.
Now, which one's yours? or the
All
two?
of them. All three of
Okay.
them.
So you had a little baby girl.
I had a baby girl. And
You got three altogether, right?
all three
Okay.
girls. October 20th.
Okay.
She's having her first shopping trip with mommy today. So
Oh, really?
We'll see how that goes.
All right.
So, but the other two are home.
This would
with
be Brandon's daughters.
Brandon and Megan.
Okay. Little
And
twins.
That's correct.
What's their names?
Lila and Emma. You made me
I
think
had to
there
think
for a
about
second.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Lila and Emma. I couldn't tell you which one's older, but one of them's older.
Can you
by a
tell them
minute.
apart?
I could in the hospital. Now I haven't.
So, like,
seen
if
them
you
in
were
a
the
couple
babysitter, are
days.
you going to get them mixed up?
Probably at first I probably would.
Can Brandon and Megan tell them apart?
They make it sound like they can.
Okay.
They could just be,
parents
getting
can.
us, but
Really?
But they definitely. I mean, they're not identical twins, so
They are or aren't?
they are not.
Okay.
Uh,
How do you know that already?
Because they're fraternal twins. They
I don't know
weren't
what that means.
they
When you
weren't
change
in
your
the-
diaper, you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they're in the uterus or whatever, if they're identical twins, they're normally in the same sac.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where fraternal twins each have their own sack.
So this was a 2-sack.
Oh, okay.
At least that's how
See,
it's
I
been
learned
explained
something.
to me.
I learned something today. Did you?
Yeah, that's how it's been explained to me. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I
Here's
can't
the thing about listening to Brooks. I do have to verify. I
Okay.
believe, but verify. Okay, so you're saying
Google
this
it.
was a 2-sack deal.
That was exactly.
Okay.
But they're beautiful little girls. They are healthy and
Okay.
excited.
And they're home?
Yeah, they're home. Excited to be home.
Yeah.
So it's never fun sitting around the hospital, and
Right.
they're coming in. You're going to be up during the night with babies anyway, but
They wake you up on purpose.
yeah, you finally get the baby asleep, and you're asleep, and then here comes the nurses in to check your vitals, this, that, and the other, and it's just like you never get to really relax in the hospital, so it's always much
You
more
mean as a
relaxing.
visitor or as being in the hospital?
Well, they weren't checking my vitals when we were in the hospital.
Oh,
but-
okay.
But
I thought that's what you meant. They were coming out to check your vitals.
you hear them hit that little handle on the door, and it's click, and
Okay.
everybody wakes up.
Okay. All right, so everybody's doing good.
Everybody's doing good.
Now, are you ready for Christmas?
I am ready for Christmas.
You got me covered.
Sure.
Okay. What a pause there. Hey, tell me this. How are these little buttons going?
They're going really well.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think I might
We're
have.
making a lot of money on them?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I might have 3 or 4 of them left out in the
Really?
showroom out of that big.
Folks,
huge
it's a
bag.
button that says it's okay to say Merry Christmas. What a horrible thing for people to not allow an employee to say that. In other words, and
And everybody loves them. I mean, they're very well received. I mean,
they're free.
Yeah.
So we would have to give out a lot of them to make any money.
I don't even think if we gave it a lot of them, we would make any money.
Kind of like eating soup with a fork.
Exactly.
Okay. You
You're
have to
not
do a
gonna
lot
really
to get
much.
anywhere. All right. Well, they're free right here at Weller's. Is that right?
That is correct.
Are you the only one that can give them out, or are you allowing Earl to give them out?
I am allowing Earl to give them out too.
All right. So they can just come into Weller's. We're going to take a break? What's
Yep.
this mean?
That means wrap it
We're
up.
rendering. We're rendering. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes, folks. Log on WellerDoesDelmarva.com and see what we do during the break. We'll be right back.
In a world where big voices dominate and the message is often tedious and one-sided, now comes a new story told by a new voice, a voice the world has been waiting to hear. Yours. Because we think talk radio means you get to talk on the radio. What a concept, huh? We're live and local all day, every weekday. We and you are Delaware 105.9.
Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 29. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high 41. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies, low 30. Partial sunshine for Sunday, high 44. Monday, cloudy with periods of afternoon rain, high 50. I'm Edie Robb in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Take Delaware 105.9 with you everywhere by streaming us on your smartphone or tablet. Download the Delaware 105.9 Listen Live app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Live streaming brought to you in part by Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville, where they sell utility trailers new and used, as well as sheds, carports, gazebos, dog kennels, and swing sets. Give them a call at 302-337-8228 or on the web at wellers.com. On air, on demand, and on your device. Delaware 105.9.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
Several of us were working to rescue a family.
The house collapsed on top of the cellar door and trapped them.
We had to use Humvees and heavy machinery to move massive trees and debris.
We got them out.
We helped a lot of people out.
It felt good to know I could really make a difference.
Because I'm a citizen soldier in the National Guard.
Be there the moment your community needs you. Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Maryland National Guard and aired by the Maryland D.C.
I'm Gary Nunn. Busy day for shoppers, big day for retailers.
Black Friday this year produced about $9.1 billion, and we expect that Super Saturday will exceed just a little over $10 billion.
Bill Martin of Shopper Track says the Saturday before Christmas is usually the biggest of the year. Online shopping also growing. CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Walmart said that Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, and Saturday represented its all-time highest 3-day stretch in online traffic and orders. Target reported that its offer of free shipping on all purchases drove record-breaking online sales.
One shopper at Macy's in Chicago.
We're here. We have a little time. We thought we'd squeeze in a few things and pick up some extra things on good deals.
Information from First Data finds sales have risen 1.8% since the 1st of November when compared with the same period a year ago. The National Retail Federation is expecting sales this season to rise just over 4%. CBS News Update, I'm Gary Nunn.
Here to listen to Dave Jones from Atlantic Refrigeration and Air Conditioning this Thursday at 11:30. Call during the Susan Monday show, and Dave will be happy to answer any of your heating and air and geothermal questions. Find out how you can upgrade your home to be energy efficient this Thursday at 11:30.
Non-smokers, are you tired of sending your loved ones outside to slowly kill themselves with cigarettes only to return from outside smelling like an ashtray? This holiday season, give the gift of a less offensive and less harmful nicotine delivery system. Come to Delmar Vapor Lounge, a store dedicated to helping you and your loved ones learn all about the e-cigarette choices and let them try one before you buy one. Delmar Vapor Lounge is located next to Delmar Pizza in the State Line Shopping Center and offers a clean, family-friendly environment. Delmar Vapor custom blends over 200 flavors of e-liquid in 24 nicotine levels so your loved one can gain control over their nicotine addiction. They can choose to reduce their nicotine consumption without sacrificing the flavor they enjoy. Complete packages sell for as little as $20, including e-liquid. Come to Delmar Vapor Lounge and give the gift of a better lifestyle. Open 9 to 9 Sunday through Thursday until 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Delmar Vapor Lounge on Route 13 next to Delmar Pizza in the State Line Shopping Center, Delmar, Delaware.
Keeping it local is important to third-generation builder Brian Lassard and the Lassard Builders team. They are loyal to local contractors, businesses, and continually give back by volunteering and serving on nonprofit boards. They have a new blog called Live Delaware, dedicated to supporting locally owned and operated organizations. Join in by going to LassardBuilders.com and clicking on the Live Delaware tab. Live Delaware is just a reminder to keep it local in the nation's small wonder. All Climate Storage Center is now offering grand opening specials for the release of Building Number 3, a brand new gated facility with extra spacious and climate-controlled storage units. Open 7 days a week, All Climate Storage is locally owned and operated and sits just behind Grotto's Grand Slam on Route 1 South in Lewis. For December specials, available unit sizes, or directions, call 302-645-0006 or visit them online at allclimatestorage.com.
Holiday shopping just got easier. Come to Atlantic Pawn, the shopping destination that will put more under the tree and take less out of your pocket. Get quality, like-new items for a fraction of the price, no matter what's on their list. And if it's fine jewelry you want, shop where the jeweler shops. The Jewelry Box, right at Atlantic Pawn. You've got a friend in the diamond business on fine and estate jewelry, and you'll never pay retail again. Atlantic Pawn, 3 great locations. In the Rodney Village Shopping Center in Dover, the State Line Shopping Plaza in Delmar, and Route 113 North in Millsboro.
Holiday cash for less. It's a great way to get money.
What are you singing?
Just a song I made up about holiday cash for less.
What's holiday cash for less?
A great way to get the money you need for the holiday.
Make the holidays special this year. Borrow $500, $1,000, $1,500, or more, but with a payment that won't turn you into a Scrooge after the holidays. Call Atlantic Finance now at 422-3484 and get your holiday cash for less. Atlantic Finance, Delmarva's local lender.
Hello, I'm Pete Booker, president of Delmarva Broadcasting Company. We are dedicated to equal employment opportunity. When a job opening occurs in our company, we notify community groups who can inform their interested members. We'd like to hear from any group that helps people find jobs. Please contact us at 302-422-7575 to sign up. This job listing service is a free equal employment opportunity outreach program provided by Delmarva Broadcasting Company.
The comments, views, and opinions expressed on the air at Delaware 105.9 are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and not those of staff, management, or advertisers at Delmarva Broadcasting Company. The following program is a paid commercial presentation. The comments, views, and opinions reflect the views of the staff, management, or advertisers of Delaware 105.9.
Hey, Brooks, tell me when we're back on. Point to me or wiggle your ears or something. Oh, we're back?
We're back.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Jim Weller here. We are live and alive at Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville. We're going to be open today?
We are going to be open today.
Let's hit our Christmas schedule.
Sure.
When is it?
Well, obviously today's regular hours. Next
What
week,
is regular hours?
9 to 1.
I forgot. 9 to 1?
Yes.
So from 9 in the morning till 1 in the morning?
9 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Darn. Okay.
You thought you were getting us that long?
I thought we were going to have a Midnight Madness sale. You said 9 to 1.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We will be closing at 1 o'clock p.m., so please don't come at 1 o'clock a.m. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, are regular business hours, which are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, Christmas Eve, will be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And that's it.
And then we're closed the rest of the week.
Are we really?
That's correct.
Who authorized this?
Some guy in this office in this building in Bridgeville.
Tall, thin guy?
Short and stout.
Okay.
Well,
walks tall, though.
Walks tall. Yeah. There you go. That's a good one.
And only short compared to me.
Okay.
And then the following week for going into New Year's is basically almost the same schedule, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, except Wednesday we are open all day until 5 p.m.
Okay.
So it's 9 to 5, and then we'll be closed
New Year's
Day.
And then
the
Friday and
Saturday after that, so we can wrap up our inventory, get things ready for the new year.
And then we're right back at it.
Yep, the following Monday.
We've had a good year.
Business as usual. Yes, we have.
Are we going to now? We have two numbers we're shooting that for, right?
That's correct.
Okay, we have the amount of trailers we sold at Bridgeville last year.
Yes.
Have we surpassed that?
Yes.
Okay, so we are ahead of last year already.
By quite a bit, yep.
By quite a bit. Now, here's what the number I'm after. Last year we had the store on the highway in Ellendale and the barn.
That's correct.
I want to see, can we get ahead of that number if you had all three of them together?
Yes.
Are we?
We need 15 more trailers to meet that number.
All right. Are you going to do it or not? I need to know.
I am confident we're going to do that.
Okay.
And the listeners are going to help us do that because they're going to come in and check out these great deals that we have and take advantage of them.
I will be honest with you. I ran across somebody the other day, bought a trailer. They said the deal was so good I didn't have the nerve to even ask to negotiate. I said, really? He said, yep. He said, I've been checking with you all year. And he said, I heard you advertise. You cut all your prices. He said, I came in, and he said, I really a good deal. And he was very, very happy and enjoyed dealing with us. So I like that. You know what I mean? I like that. So if you've been on the fence all year and you're a little sore from sitting on the fence, you're tired of it, get on in here because we have done that. In other words, we've cut the price on everything. We just want to hit this number. Then there's a second number we'd like to hit. Where are we at? We'd like to hit 1,000 trailers is what we'd like to do. We're at 900 and something. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now the 15 won't get us to 1,000.
No, the 15 will will match what we did
with all
both
three
stores.
Locations.
Or,
both stores.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So obviously we wouldn't do. I would like to get at least 20 to surpass that, but ideally
you do know whatever number you hit this year.
We just got to go more.
We got to do more better. We're going to have to do more better next year.
Raise the bar.
That's
when
what
you
you're
leave,
you
need to look across the street, Pastor Bob.
I was looking on the way in.
They are stacked.
You got a lot of trailers.
It's unreal. We are buying very heavy. We are probably going to spend $700,000-800,000 by the end of this year on trailers that we all purchased in the 30-40 day period.
Wow.
Yeah, I am
There's
beyond excited.
Yep. Noticing on the way
people
in,
are thinking gas is going to go below $2 a gallon. If it stays below $3, I'm happy. So if it gets down below $2, I'm.
They really thinking to go below $2?
It's already below.
It's at like
wait a minute. Did we hear that on the radio?
I did not hear it.
Okay, maybe I'm imagining it. But anyway, the national average is $2.50.
Yeah, it's lower. I mean, it's nice going to pump. I just filled up my son's car. He'll love hearing that in my son's car yesterday.
This was his Christmas present.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I didn't know it was his present, but it is $26 to fill up. I'm like, this is wonderful.
Yeah, well, gee whiz.
Yeah, my van would take $120 to fill it up, and I'd go and I was in a hurry. I only put 50, and then it put me over a half a tank. I was almost to 3/4 of a tank. I'm like, sweet, I like this.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. So that's exciting because we've seen a real nice increase in the economy this year. Wellers has. In other words, what we're noticing is, here's what we're noticing. People are not looking for the cheapest thing they can find any longer. It's like when money was good, all people wanted was the cheapest thing they could buy because they seem to look at everything as disposable.
Yeah.
I'll buy this trailer. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. If I buy it and I find out it's not big enough, I'll just buy another one. No big deal. When money tightens up, they're like, I want to talk about the possible future needs and how much is that lightweight aluminum while I'm at it. And then they make a more educated decision. So they slow down on their buying, but yet they're making it much more wisely and so on. And I really think that's why we have had such a good year, because unlike other people that sell trailers, and we love them all of our competitors are, we love them. We're great. We like who we got. In other words, because they have no desire to stock many trailers. So you go there, they might have one brand. So you might be looking for a 6x12 landscape trailer, and you get to make your decision based on one brand, and that's it. Here we have 6 brands.
Yeah, something
you
like
know,
that. 6,
and numerous variations. So you could be looking for a 6x12 landscaper and have 8 choices.
Yeah. 8 or 9 or 10 different choices.
Right.
Some of them, they're, one brand might have 3 different styles of the same
right,
trailer.
or different ramp gate options, or
rails.
widths, rails, everything. So that is what we have found has been our claim to fame here lately, is that people appreciate the fact that we are really legitimately a trailer dealer. It's not a hobby. It's not something we do to make pocket change. It's what we do for a living. So we value the customer by saying we are going to give you the opportunity to make an educated decision based on a selection. And I think people really like that.
Give them options.
Options, yep.
People like to be able to choose.
They do.
They
really
They
do.
really do.
And they like to have something to choose from.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Wellers.com on the web. Is it still the same website? Have you changed it or anything?
I didn't change it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. Now, are these selling?
Yeah, we've actually sold quite a few.
These are the Walls Weller discount card. And what are they, $15 each?
We have a special going on right now.
When
$10.
this start?
I couldn't tell you when it started, but it's going on right now.
Okay, so this is a discount card.
That's correct. It's got a $15 value on it.
Is it good till the end of the year?
It's good till the end of next year, 2015.
Oh, really?
So right now, if you're buying them, you're getting bonus time, because normally they're only a calendar year card, but because we got them early.
All right.
So you're getting an extra bonus, but they're normally $15 each.
Okay.
Right now, you can get 1 for 10.
Okay.
2 for 20, or the best buy is
3 for 30
for 25.
That's like $8 and
$8.33 a piece.
Really?
So that's almost
what a great
half
gift
off every card.
I actually know a person that has probably saved well over $100 at Nicola's with this card.
There you go. So it's paid. I mean, even if they paid $15 for the card, it's paid for the card. What? 6 times over.
Do we have many?
I think we have hundreds.
Well, I want to show you something. See this box?
I
just want to show you how many we've gotten rid of.
Holy smokes!
There was 500 in that box a few days ago.
Wow. We have moved some cards.
Yeah, it's half full.
Wow.
Yeah, and after they're gone, they're gone. So anyway, we don't have as many as you
You're
think.
a half full kind of guy,
half
not half
full,
empty.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, gosh, 3 for $25. Now, by chance, where can they see these?
They can see them at our website, Wellers.com.
Okay, and they're right there. I've met people. This is in Milford Dairy Queen. $1 off any size Blizzard, and they're like, "Oh, I could take my grandkids, and I could get the little Blizzard, and I get $1 off."
Yeah.
So in a stop, I get $3 or $4 savings. In other words, and McDonald's, buy one, get a quarter pounder with cheese free.
That's like a $4 value right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Duck Inn Car Wash, Seaford, and Milford, $3 off the Extreme Car Wash. Hardee's, listen to this. Buy one, get one free, any thick burger. Who else is on there, Brooks? Oh,
Abbott's.
Applebee's. Abbott's Grill, yeah, 10% off. Mama Maria's, 10% off. Alfredo's Pizza, $7.99 for a large cheese pizza.
That's a good deal.
That's a real good deal.
Especially down there.
And you know
their
what?
pizza's really good.
It is really good. We eat there all the time.
Yes, we do.
Bethany Blues, 10% off. Applebee's, Burgers and Beans. This is a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Very good deal. So you said they're $15 normally. That's the day I want to get back to. This 3 for $25 is hard on me.
We will work on it.
All right, get them going. You want to go and talk about who next? Who you want to talk about next, Brooks?
Rick Fowler at No
Rick
Nonsense.
Fowler, No Nonsense Office Machines. Hey, you know what? He is really having a good year. Really good guy, too, no doubt about it. But he told me to mention something. First of all, Rick Fowler sells laptops, tablets, computers, fax machines, printers. He has always sold us and serviced our copiers. He does a great job. We just bought a new one. Was it this year or last year?
Last year.
Last year, okay. Anyway, and everybody seems to love that thing. But he takes care of everything. I mean, he supplies us with the toner, and he just does it all. No Nonsense Office Machines, 2 miles east of the Circle on Route 9 in Georgetown, right next to Sports at the Beach Complex. But He also works on gaming systems, so like Wii's and what's that called, an Xbox 360, and he works on computers. He's almost there all the time, so you almost can talk to him all the time. He's just really good. But he is growing, and he actually wants to hire some more technicians and sales staff. So if you have an interest or experience at working on things like this, or you want to talk to Rick, just go on in the door and say, hey, I was listening to Jim Weller. He said you're looking for some help. Minimum salary, $100,000 a year. No, I'm just kidding about that part.
Where do I sign up?
Right. Just kidding about that part. But anyway, I don't know what he pays, but I know he's a real good guy. So apply in person, no nonsense office machines in Georgetown. And here's the phone number, 856-7381. 856-7381. Tell him I sent you. He's a really good guy to deal with. You will be pleased whether you need something, want advice on something, or just want to check out what he has. I recommend him. Now, Pastor Bob, you want to chit-chat a little bit more?
Sure.
All right, what do you want to talk about? What is on your mind?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas
All
is
right.
on my mind. I mean, it's an exciting time of the year. As a family man, I love Christmas time, especially when my kids were younger. My kids are older now, so it's changing, and so we're finding it that our lives are adjusting. But
What are your kids, 25, 30?
no, not quite that old. 19. My oldest is getting married in less than 2 weeks, and
Is he really?
my youngest
Wow.
is a senior in high school. And so,
So
you
you're
know,
getting ready to gain a daughter-in-law.
getting ready to gain a daughter-in-law. She's a lovely lady.
Oh, man, this is great news. I love it.
Yeah, we're hoping for grandkids, but after a few years, give them a chance
Okay.
to adjust. But it's a different season of life because when the kids were younger, you've got young kids. Christmas is a wonderful time of the year.
Oh,
It's like,
it is so much fun. When you're young, it's and if you don't look at the real meaning in Christmas, and when you're young, you enjoy getting gifts. I mean, who doesn't enjoy getting gifts? But as I had kids, I'm like, it really, you see, even as older, you still enjoy getting gifts. But they'll give me my gifts, and I'll sit them alongside, and I'll just sit there and watch my girls, and just you see the smiles in their face. They're excited. They're just so happy, and it's just like you just sit there and you melt looking at them.
It takes your mind off of everything else that's going on.
Absolutely.
Whether the cars are not running right, or if a problem here, man, it kind of just neutralizes your day.
It takes the focus off of ourselves too.
That's
Like
right. You know what?
when you're
That's a good
growing
point.
when you're growing up, it is about you. You want the presents, you have things that you want, but when you have kids,
Absolutely.
and it really is wonderful. Which is parenting. I call parenting God's method of teaching us to be selfless. Because you have to think of your kids first. But when they open presents, especially like at first couple years, they don't know what's going on. But about 3 years of age, they start
Figuring it out.
and then by age 4, they really know what's coming. And it's just a delight when they open presents. I never forget one of my fondest memories is when my kids were 3 and 5. We got them the Rescue Heroes. Rescue Heroes was the big thing on cartoons and stuff at
Okay.
the time. And we got our kids not only the action figures, but we also got them they had this aircraft carrier. It was huge. It was a big
Really?
aircraft carrier. So, we had to wrap it funny, like
Okay.
it
Did it come assembled?
It came assembled for the most part.
Okay.
There was a few things that you had to attach, but the basic shell of it was together. And I'll never forget when they opened that up. The kids are jumping up and down, Rescue Heroes, Rescue Heroes. It's like,
Wow.
it's just one of those memories that
Isn't that
it's
something?
like it's just there.
Wow.
And I do miss that. I miss that season of life. But Christmas is just one of those times where you get outside of yourself, and start thinking about other people. I wish it would, like I said earlier, I wish it would carry on.
Don't you wish we
the
could
rest of life.
teach that somehow?
It'd be nice if we could. I think more is caught than taught.
Caught than taught,
You
yeah.
know, it's like developing a culture of, of generosity and other focusedness. Which humility, the word humility, really is other focusedness. It's not being meek or weak. It's just being focused on other people, and that's one of the beautiful things about Christmas. God made it about us. When Christ was born, it was about us. It wasn't about him. He came to save the world. He came to seek and save us. So he gave.
True. Yeah.
But he gave us the greatest gift of all. When he became a man, was born of a virgin, and he came to save us. He created that other focusedness, and that's why I love Christmas. Not just because what Christ done for us, which is the most awesome, but it gets us focusing on other people.
Well, that's a pretty interesting thought. If we could just do that all the time.
All the time.
The opportunity exists.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a matter of us working in that vein.
Well, isn't that what you do when you're in business? You're
Yeah.
in the people business. Obviously, you have to make money because you have to run the business.
Right. But it's about serving.
It's about serving people, providing them something they have need of, at the best to support the thing. And, if we did business more like that, it'd be more of a positive encounter.
So if we just treated people.
Just treat people right.
Right.
Like you said earlier.
How you going to teach it or get them to catch it or whatever?
More is caught than taught. And so it's
Right.
a lot about what we do, not what we say.
Right.
It's
Because
like with
people
kids.
pay attention more to what we do than what we say.
Absolutely. People are looking, and I tell people, St. Francis of Assisi, who was a great saint back in the day, 1,000 years ago, said, preach the gospel at all times, and sometimes use words.
Right. So you're
Now,
preaching it more when you're just doing whatever you do.
How we live. I mean, people are watching. I encourage the church all the time. We're living in a culture that's a little bit tired of hearing promises.
Right.
Show them.
Show them.
By
Show
how
them
we
the
live.
way.
Show them Christ by how we treat one another, how we handle failures, disappoint each other, how we all say the wrong things at times. That's the myth that there's people out there that don't get embarrassed, that don't fail. Everybody goes through those things.
Right.
Everybody does stupid stuff. How we treat one another, how we overcome that stuff is all a model for people to see. People need hope that they really can change, so they need to see the change in us.
And I think they also need hope that if they feel they've screwed up beyond repair, that there's still always hope.
There's hope.
Yep, change is always possible.
It is. You
Okay.
can't change yesterday, but you can change today and tomorrow.
That's right. Well, can I take a break?
You sure can.
I'm going to mention another one of my great sponsors, L&W Insurance Agency. I have people say, Jim Weller, how dare you be happy with your insurance agent? Well, I'm happy, okay? I like them. They don't make the rates. They don't have anything to do with that. All they control is how they treat me when I need them. So L&W Insurance Agency has been my agent. I think I've had 2 insurance agents in my entire life. So L&W is one of them, and they've been with me for over 20-some years. I like dealing with them. I do not like insurance, so every time people say to me, Jim, you just must love buying insurance. I don't love buying insurance, but insurance is just a necessary evil of being alive and doing business and so on. So I have health care that I have to have. I have workman's compensation that I have to have. I have car insurance that I have to have. I have liability insurance that I have to have. And then over top of all of that is all these umbrella policies that I have to have. So what I'm letting you know is if you need an insurance agent that is friendly and have never really had to interact with an insurance company, what I like about L&W is if I need to talk to Blue Cross or Blue Shield, I talk to L&W, and then they talk to Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they almost forbid me. They're like, we don't want you talking to the insurance company because they're going to make you mad. So let us handle your problems. So what I like about L&W is they're like the liaison between me and the insurance provider. Where's that arch at, Brooks? St. Louis?
St. Louis, yep.
I was in St. Louis, and my vehicle got broke into. And I call my insurance man. I'm like, I don't know what to do. He says, well, do you need any money? What do you need? In other words, and he says, we'll get somebody there to fix the window. I'm like, well, where are they going to come to? He said, they'll be at the hotel tomorrow to fix the window. I'm like, really? And I'm like, I just never experienced any of that, And so next thing you know, here's the guy at the hotel going to fix the window in the vehicle. I'm like, this is great,
I remember that because you came back from the trip, and I think you were more excited about how your insurance company handled you in the trip.
I couldn't get over it. He said, make a list of everything. The friends that were with us, all their stuff got stolen out of the vehicle, and they just took care of it all. I like that. I like that. I like that. So what I'm saying is, if you need insurance and you want to deal with a good company, 856-7828, 856-7828, L&W Insurance Agency. Tell them I sent you. During normal business hours, a live human being answers the phone. When I call and I say, I'm looking for so-and-so, she'll say, they're out to lunch. Do you want somebody else, or do you want to leave a voicemail? Instead of just dumping me to the voicemail, in other words. And I just love dealing with them on the web. It's lwinsurance.com. I don't want them to know this, but I don't even entertain talking to other insurance companies. I like them so much. So just give them a call, give them a chance. If you got insurance, put them to the test. Ask them, what can you do for me? Why should I deal with you? Make them sell you on it. So anyway, that's L&W Insurance Agency in Dover, but actually they come here. Is that right, Brooks?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
They come to
anyway,
us.
they come to us. All right, Brooks, what's next? Who is next on the agenda?
Wellers is.
Wellers is. Well,
Yes.
who's talking for Wellers, me or you?
I think we both can.
All right. Hey, well, you go ahead first. Listen to Earl this week.
We're tied.
Daggone, weren't you tired last week?
Yeah. Well, no, last week he ended up getting me by a couple trailers.
Say that again.
He ended up getting me by a couple trailers. That doesn't happen too often, but
Brooks is very busy with other things, though, in his defense.
Yes.
And Brooks specializes in the special orders, so you could burn up 20 hours on a special order.
Oh, you can burn up a lot of
I'm
time.
excited. Didn't we just sell a big landscape trailer?
Yeah.
What is it? It's not a landscape trailer, though.
It's an enclosed car hauler is really what it is.
Okay.
They're using it for their irrigation department.
This is a big local company.
That's correct.
What's their name?
Sposado's Irrigation Company.
Let's give them a plug. Mention their name on the radio.
Sposato Irrigation Company.
Okay.
They're
that's another benefit of dealing with us.
Absolutely. They're
if
over
you
at
want
the
us to
beach.
plug your business, just say so.
Yep. But not a whole lot, different than just a regular car hauler trailer. But what we did is we took the wheels or the axles.
So it has sleigh. It's a sleigh.
And upgraded them to heavier axles.
Okay.
So it's got two 7,000-pound axles, which
Wow,
allow
it's
you
a
to put
heavy-duty
a lot more weight in the trailer itself. And then we made the door. They made it a lot heavier because they're putting a trencher in there, and the trenchers are very heavy. They're about 4,500 pounds on a very unique footprint.
That's why we're doubling the floor.
That's right. So I doubled the floor, put the cross members 12 inches on center, and then the door is rated for 7,000 pounds to have on it at one time.
Get out of town.
So we, heavy duty door, heavy duty floor, good to go.
Wow.
Yep.
So how do they get a hold of you?
They just give me a call here at the store, 337-8228,
right.
or they can go online, wellers.com, and there's a spot where they can click to email me.
All right, we'll be right back, folks. Weller Does Delmarva. Stay tuned.
Local news first.
Are you interested in a fireplace? How about a patio or even an outdoor kitchen? Does your roof need to be repaired, or do you need Saturday mornings with me, Fran the Man, from 10:30 until 11 o'clock, and call in with your questions during the Wirtz & Company Home Improvement Tips Program. Wirtz & Company, they've got an outstanding reputation for top quality products and workmanship. Wirtz & Company, since 1926.
When winter weather hits and schools and businesses are closed, turn to Delaware 105.9 for all the latest information on the air, online, and on your phone. Visit Delaware105.9.com and sign up for text alerts and to get the latest closings. Brought to you by the Leader Automotive Group. Shopping for a new Ford, Hyundai, Subaru, Volkswagen, or a well-maintained local trade? Shop LeaderDover.com for Central Delaware's best selection and the lowest prices. They'll make you a great deal today.
North Korea is calling for a joint investigation with the United States into the hack attack on Sony Pictures. A foreign ministry spokesman in Pyongyang says North Korea knows how to prove it is not responsible. CBS News senior security analyst Juan Zarate.
It sounds truth, but does this provide an opportunity to both influence and learn more about the North Koreans? And so I think the U.S. probably will be considering this.
President Obama says the U.S. will respond. Zarate says there are several options.
Increased economic sanctions targeting leadership assets, maybe some cyber retaliation, maybe some creative things, information warfare, to actually use the dimensions of the attack against the North Koreans. But there really is no playbook, and that's why the president is still waiting for options, and he still has to make a choice.
This is the first time the U.S. has accused a foreign government of a cyber attack. Travel outside the U.S., take care. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick.
This worldwide alert says U.S. citizens should be extra cautious. It says threat reporting strongly suggests terrorists are not only focused on U.S. government facilities, but also hotels, shopping areas, and warns U.S. citizens traveling abroad to be mindful about what it calls unpredictable threats in public venues.
The travel alert is set to expire March 19th. Crunch time for holiday shoppers and retailers.
Super Saturday now is becoming as big as Black Friday. So this is the last chance. If you haven't made your numbers yet, if you haven't made the sales yet.
The National Retail Federation forecasts sales this holiday season will jump about 4% over last year. If you're hitting the road, you won't be alone.
AAA is forecasting the highest travel volume on record.
From this Tuesday to January 4th, 98 million Americans are expected to journey at least 50 miles from home. That's 4% more than last year.
CBS's Lauren Lister. More people are coming down with the flu. The CDC says there's been a spike in the number of cases over the past week or so, especially in 13 states in the South and the Midwest. Dr. John LaPook of CBS says the virus is changing, making the current vaccine less effective.
In past years, the predominant strain circulating now has tended to cause more severe illness than usual. The CDC suggests people with flu-like symptoms contact their health providers about the possible use of antiviral medications such as Tamiflu and Relenza.
A couple of weeks ago, the CDC said the vaccine was effective in about 46% of the types of flu. That number has fallen to 33%. An FBI internal investigation finds that agents in every region of the country have mishandled, mislabeled, or even lost evidence. The New York Times reports the Bureau's evidence collection and retention system is beset by problems. This is CBS News.
Robitussin Cofequence number 29, the not-so-silent night.
Sorry, hon.
Oh, you keep waking me up.
I think that's...
Come on, it's 3 a.m.
Control your cough with Robitussin DM Max Nighttime. It has a unique dual-action liquid that instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful relief of the coughs that can keep you up at night, which is good news for you and the person one pillow over. Robitussin. Don't suffer the consequences. Use as directed.
This holiday season, give the most eternal, unique gift of the year. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we'll name a star after anyone on your gift list. The star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office, and we will send an incredible personalized gift package. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
A dog in a Virginia shelter has gotten a new lease on life. The story
now has a forever home in southwestern Virginia. The dog got 7 million friends worldwide after shelter director Anita Scott posted a Facebook picture of Paige with a sign hanging from his neck.
It said that she had been here for 597 days and she is waiting on a family.
And he got one.
Her demeanor in the picture, her ears was laid back, almost in a pretty please begging type state.
Jason Gibbs jokes he adopted a celebrity dog. Jim Priscilla, CBS News.
Another bank has gone bust. Regulators have closed Northern Star Bank in Mankato, Minnesota, the 18th financial institution to fail this year. The holiday winner is a home in LaGrangeville, New York, 75 miles north of New York City. Owners Tim and Grace Gay, helped by their 3 children, began stringing Christmas lights on their house in September. The Guinness Book of World Records now says the home is tops, having the most Christmas lights, 602,000. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Robitussin Cofequence number 29, the not-so-silent night.
Sorry, hon.
Oh, you keep waking me up.
I think that's...
Come on, it's 3 a.m.
Control your cough with Robitussin DM Max Nighttime. It has a unique dual-action liquid that instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful relief of the coughs that can keep you up at night, which is good news for you and the person.
This holiday season, give the most eternal, unique gift of the year. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we'll name a star after anyone on your gift list. The star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office, and we will send an incredible personalized gift package. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
Program is a paid commercial presentation. The comments, views, and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff, management, or advertisers of Delaware 1059.
All right, everybody, we are back. You're listening to Weller Does Delmarva. A friend of mine, Gene, has stopped by. Long time, haven't seen him in a while, but I want to mention my accountant. In fact, accountants usually don't have specials, but I got one. George Luff is my bookkeeper. He also does our payroll, Luff & Associates in Milford. I've been dealing with him for a solid 20-plus years. Usually once I get hooked up with somebody, I kind of either end the relationship quickly or I just stay with you forever. But I wanted to tell you that George Luff does our bookkeeping. He has 3 offices in Rehoboth, not 3 in Rehoboth, 1 in Rehoboth, 1 in Milford, and 1 in Dover. Okay, they're CPAs. His son is actually now with him, and he's got other people there and so on. But so they can do all your bookkeeping if you want. But one thing they do that my daughter Jenny has loved, you've heard me say it week after week after week. When we used to go on vacation, Jenny used to have to take a printer with her and all the time cards and do payroll while she was on vacation and mail everybody's paychecks to them and all this stuff from whatever hotel we were at. Okay, now Luff and Associates does our payroll. It's called Easy Payroll. Very happy with them. They can do companies as small as 1 or 2 people or in the hundreds of people. So they can calculate it. They can do whatever degree you want to utilize them for, they can do. And you know, we're at the end of the year, and it's the time of year people are saying, oh my gosh, what changes are there going to be right at the first of the year? If I make one mistake, I burn up hours of time, not to mention there might be some fines or penalties. Well, Luff and Associates has an offer for everybody, okay? This is a very limited time offer. I don't even know how long it's good for, but here's the deal. In you doing my company's payroll, the number, I'm going to give you the number a couple times, but it's 422-9699. I don't think they're there right this minute, but you can leave a message. You got to mention that you heard it on Weller Does Delmarva. Just say, I heard Jim Weller, anything you want to do. But if you own a business and you want to consider having them do your payroll, here's the deal. If you give them a call at 422-9699 and you start with them, you got to call before January 1st. I just saw this date here. So you got to call before January 1st to get everything set up. The setup will be absolutely free. So whatever charge they normally charge to set your company up to do the payroll, that part's free. They're going to waive that. And your first month is absolutely free. So whether you do payroll every week, that would be 4 of them, or you do payroll every other week, or however you do it, the first month is absolutely free. So if you have any interest in them doing your payroll, if you want to consider, because I don't think they have to be your accountant to do your payroll, but you might want to let them be your accountant too. But if you have a small business or a big business and you're just fed up with it, tired of it, don't want to worry about it, and I want to give you an example. This is crazy. I don't know why anybody wouldn't. Let's say you had 6 to 10 employees, small company. Let's just say you had 10 employees, $30 a pay period. That's $3 a person. Why would you fool with it for $3? Why would you take the chance of something being wrong? Now I don't want this to sound wrong, Brooks, you need to cover your ears, but we used to pay weekly. But when we got hooked up with George, since it's per pay period, guess what we did? We went to every other week. So it wouldn't cost us as much. In other words, Brooks is like, and next we're going to go to once a month. Anyway, we pay, is it called every other week or bi-weekly? Bi-weekly. Yep. And we did that because the fee is per pay period. So we're thinking, gee whiz, instead of paying for 52 pay periods, we'll pay for 26. Still the same amount of work. So anyway, if you had 100 employees, it's $74 a pay period. So what I'm letting you know is, folks, it's a heck of a deal. It's a heck of a deal. 422-9699. Like I say, if you call before the first of the year and get signed up, you're and just got to mention Jim Weller. Weller Does Delmarva.
You should go out there and try to get 100 employees, because then it would only cost you 74 cents an employee for payroll.
Is that right?
Yeah.
100 times 74 cents is how much?
$74.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
See, this morning
you're on it.
I took my wake-up pills.
Okay, so you probably drove the speed limit on your way here today.
A little early to be doing math, isn't it?
Yes,
oh,
it is.
I get him every week.
He was testing me last week. Oh, man.
Yep. Because I'm awake all night long. As I'm sleeping, I'm talking. So
that would not surprise me.
That does not surprise anybody. All right, so Pastor Bob Weed has been hanging out with us. And how is it being here with us, Mr. Weed?
It's an experience. I mean,
is it something you want to tell your grandkids about?
Something I will tell my grandkids about, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, you got a wedding coming up.
I have a wedding coming up.
And you're excited?
January 1st, we're very excited. It's a little nerve-wracking in the sense it's all of our lives are changing. Yesterday, we took boxes down to the apartment where my son and his wife are going to live, and it got real.
Right.
It's very real.
Right.
It's going to happen.
This is where they're going to be after they get married. Wow.
Yeah. But it's a wonderful thing. Parenting is all about raising.
Because they're not leaving the area or anything.
No. They're in school or in college doing great. So
they just no longer will go home to their parents' house every night.
And they're going to start their.
Well, they may go home to their parents' house every night for dinner.
We figure we'll see them quite a bit. Yes.
Free dinner for a year.
And leftovers.
And leftovers.
So I know they'll come back.
So even if you're not home, they could stop by, raid the refrigerator of leftovers.
Yeah, they start taking my cookies, my chocolate chip cookies.
They
and
get
we
to
have
the
draw
door
some
and the
lines.
lock's been changed.
I've
My
been married.
key's not working.
I've been married for 10 years, and
Yeah?
I still raid the parents' refrigerator.
Do you really?
Whatever it takes to bring them home.
Yeah, and you know what? You'll get to that point. You will get to that point. You'll be like, Dad, go on. What do I got to do to spend some time with my kids? Because I've got 3 kids and I've got 4 grandchildren, and I can't get enough of them. I don't want them to leave town. I want them to work for me. You know, I want to see them as often as I can, as crazy as that sounds, you know. But
No, I get it. You know,
actually, I like to dictate and rule as much of their life as I can.
That's the part they resist. I can
Right,
tell
that's
you.
it right
they
there.
do have minds of their own.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a wonderful thing. You know, and at Christmas time, like, you know, they're going to start. I just wrote my Christmas letter for the church. I send a Christmas letter out, and one of the things I shared is that next year, my son will be married when he has Christmas time.
That's right.
And this year he's not, so it's a big change. And they'll be starting their own Christmas traditions.
That's right. Now, this year, Jenny and Jason and my 3 grandkids are going to spend the night at the house Christmas Eve. You know, we're trying to get Jimmy to do it.
Can I
So,
come?
You can come.
Yeah.
Sure, we're going to have a big party.
Give me some presents to open.
And that is
Yeah.
a big change, because I remember that, well, because I got married December 30th. So, you know, we had our Christmas at home, and then the next year it's like you start thinking about how you want to do things. And then when the kids come along, that changes things even more.
Yep.
I'm like, for me, Christmas time is incredibly busy. We have 6 different Christmases, basically.
Yeah.
You know, our house, my parents' house, the grandparents' house, the aunt's house, and it's like, and everybody wants they're all grabbing for your time.
Yeah.
So, but it's a lot of fun, and you make your memories that way. So
You do. You create traditions. You create memories, but it changes. And one of the things we're finding at this season of our lives is that these traditions are changing. Thanksgiving changed for us this year, where all of my siblings are now old enough. They have grandkids, so now they're the nanas and the pop-up, and so getting together has changed, and it's just been a big year of adjustment, in a good way. But it's, you know, there's that little sadness that, you know, you don't get together like you used to. You know, and our kids will be creating their own traditions next Christmas, and we'll have to adjust to that, you know. But there is that season where I remember when my kids were young, my gosh, I needed to buy a pickup truck just to haul all their stuff. You know, we would have Christmas morning, and you go to both sets of parents, and then you have all the other, you know, relatives, and man, they made out pretty well. They fed.
That's my theory. I need to take a break. I just remembered a sponsor I missed, Brooks. First Class Heating and Air. I usually brag on them all the time, and I just want to remind you, if you need a heating and air contractor, they have put a new heating system, an air conditioning system. I love this one feature. I walk down the hallway. It's like this morning. I looked at the thing, and I'm like, 25 degrees outside. Man, I'm glad I got that memo, because that's just something new that I like. I got the new heating and air conditioning system. My electric bill went down. They never even told me that part. $30, $40 a month my electric bill went down.
Wow.
I'm like tickled to death, you know what I mean? And I thought it was a fluke at first, but now it's been a year, and I'm still like just amazed, because they never brought that up. But it's more efficient, it's just a better system, and so on and so forth. But I love on the thermostat in the hallway that it tells me the temperature outside. As crazy and odd as that sounds. Now, they do air conditioning, they do plumbing, they do electrical work, they do home performance systems, they do encapsulation, they even sell standby generators. Just a great company to deal with, fully licensed, fully insured. Their people are all background and drug tested. Their vehicles are lettered. Their people are wearing uniforms. I like dealing with them. They're just like first class. What a name, you know, in other words. So if you need any heating or air conditioning work, you probably wouldn't need any air conditioning work, but heating, this is a great time to give them a call. They've been serving Delmarva, that's Delaware and Maryland, for over 40 years. Locally owned and operated. 934-8900, 934-8900. Say, hey, I heard Jim Weller just bragging about you. You know, it's like this. People say, how can you be happy about your insurance man? How can you be happy about your accountant? How can you be happy about well, you know, these are just things you gotta have. In other words, so why not deal with people you enjoy dealing with and give you the level of service, you know, because I'm beyond that. I want a good deal. I want a good deal, but more important than a good deal, I want value. I want value. in other words. So anyway, First Class Heating and Air, 934-8900. And I also want to jump right from them to Abbott's Grill. This is going to make me hungry again. We had our Christmas party there. It was very nice. And they actually, I don't know that they normally do it, so I'm just going to say, like, we did it and we loved it. We got to order from running all around, presents everywhere. It was a lot of fun. We played games and so on. And we got to order from the menu, so we like that because that way everybody could get what they want. And all that sticks in my mind is Jimmy got this really nice looking hamburger with a crab cake on top of it. What else did everybody else get? Jason got that. What was it?
Cajun meatloaf.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, it was massive. I mean, it looked like a meal for two.
Then Brooks and I got the Chincoteague.
Was it Chesapeake crab cake or the Chincoteague crab cake?
I have no idea. It was big.
Started with a C.
Yeah, and every time I think about that dinner, I get really hungry. In other words, so
and they had the succotash underneath of it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
For corn and lima beans, it was amazing.
Yep. So I'm letting you know whether you need.
Everybody needs to see the expression on your face because you're really getting excited.
Well, he gets so excited because I'm paying
food.
for it too. So
I love food.
But we had a really good time there. So they cater events. You can go there and have an event. They can come to you and have an event. It's a great place to go for lunch or dinner. I think there's a Sunday brunch. Another thing they've got, Brooks, that is kind of neat, just a few doors down, they have a fitness center. In other words, they bought a fitness center that was there, and they are open. And I saw a Facebook post the other day that I found kind of interesting, but it's called MissAppillionFitness.com. And it's more than just a gym. It's about health. It's about nutrition. It's about lifestyle. So you can look it up on the web. It's MissAppillionFitness.com. But the other day, I saw a Facebook post where it said if you're kind of in a hurry and you just want to stop in and grab a juice or a drink or some kind of a sandwich, they have a whole cooler thing there full of nice quality sandwiches that are made, it's fast food, but it's Abbott's Grill quality. So it's good food fast, I guess would be the way I would put it. So you can go to Abbott's Grill for lunch, or if you just want to grab and go, you can go just a few doors down to the Miss Pillion Fitness and walk right in and grab something. You don't have to be a member or nothing like that. And the fitness center, I believe, is open 24 hours a day. So any questions about the fitness center, it's 422-4442. What a neat number, 422-4442. Okay?
That's a good number. Should be easy to remember.
The 44 I can remember real good. Anyway, but I want to let you know also that Abbott's Grill is a great place to eat. I've enjoyed eating there. I go there with Colin Walls often for lunch, and the lunches are real good. I'm thumbing through all my notes here. But their saying is big time taste, small town nice. So you want a nice little dinner, something like that. Abbott's Grill, Grille, and then it's DE, AbbottsGrillDE.com. You go to their website and look at the menu and look at them pictures.
Well, look
at
the pictures. It will
then they got a
absolutely
deal
make you
on
hungry.
gift cards and so on and so forth. So what are you saying over there, Brooks?
Well,
Want to go there for lunch?
Oh, yeah,
right
let's
after
go.
work, you
He's
buy?
awake now.
He's
He
awake
is awake.
now. Yeah, food.
Do we want to just skip the work part and
Skip
just go
the
there
work.
after the show?
Sure. So give them a call. Abbott's Grill has a place also in Laurel, right down on the river. Got that little room with all them windows, real nice view. Nice little place. So you got Abbott's Grill in Milford, Abbott's Grill in Laurel, and then you got Miss Pillion Fitness. Couldn't get any better than that, right? So anyway, give them a call. Go see them. Tell them I sent you. Either way, good company to deal with. Great place to eat or have them do some catering. Now, where are we at now, Brooks? We're going to go back to Pastor Bob, pick his brain?
Sure.
Okay. How long are we going to
Slim pickings.
How long are we going to stay
you
there?
don't have much time, I hope.
Just a couple of minutes.
All right, Pastor Bob. Are you guys having church tomorrow?
We are having church tomorrow.
All right.
9:30 in the morning.
9:30 in the morning.
So folks don't have a church, but if they do have a church, make sure you worship there for Christmas tomorrow. Most churches probably celebrating Christmas tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's right.
And that's what the season's
Hey, what are
about.
we doing Christmas Eve? Is Eagles Nest doing anything or nothing?
We do a Christmas Eve communion service. It's a come and go.
What's that mean?
That means we start at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
At the church
In the morning?
In the evening.
Okay, just checking with you.
Yeah, you can come in the morning if you want. But
Okay.
You'll have to wait
You
a
want me
little
to do
while.
some vacuuming while I'm
You
there?
can vacuum, do some
Okay.
cleaning, that kind of thing.
All
But
right.
at 8 o'clock, we have a communion service where we open up with a few worship songs.
Okay.
And then we open it up for people to receive communion.
Okay.
And what we mean by come and go is, when your kids are younger, it's hard to get them to sit
Yeah.
somewhere. especially on Christmas Eve. So what that means is families can come, partake of communion, and they can decide to stay if they like till the end of the service, which runs about an hour.
Okay.
Or they can leave, and we have
Okay.
families that do both.
Okay.
You know, when the kids are younger, you know, it's really hard to get them to sit.
yeah.
But they'll come in their pajamas.
Oh,
You know, and they're all that way. They can, when they go home, they can get them ready. You know, put them down to
Tuck 'em
bed
right
and
in.
get ready for, you know, the stock under the tree and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we've done this kind of a tradition at Eagle's Nest, and it really is a very quaint, very pleasant time. We get a good turnout.
Wow.
Number of people.
I agree. I saw, what, 10, 15 people last year?
Yeah, a
I'm
little bit
just
more than
messing
that.
with you.
Yeah, because we have to
get in
serve
the
them.
100.
Because we pray for them, like we get the families together.
Right.
And then we'll, you know, we serve them communion, and we'll pray. We'll have 3 or 4 groups be up there praying, and it takes a while
Yeah, it
because
does.
a
I
number of
agree.
people. Because we take our time. It's like you were saying earlier. It's all about people.
Yeah, and
You know,
relationships.
God made it all about people.
Mhm.
You know, He says there's 2 commandments. You boil the whole Bible down to 2 things: love God and love people.
Right.
It's that simple, but it's that difficult.
Yeah, I agree. It is that difficult.
You know,
It's easier to love God than it is to love people.
it's a lot
It
easier
is.
to love God. Yep.
Mhm.
Unless He disappoints you, and that's
That's
something. And that's
true,
something
too.
that
In
I'm
other
going to talk
words,
about
yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, in our Christmas season, there's folks that
Have
don't-
prayed for something, or something didn't work out how their mind thought it should or would.
Exactly, and they feel like, you know, the thing that I want to be sharing is there's times where it feels like God doesn't have our back.
Right.
And Christmas is all about God saying, I've got your back, I'm with you. But that doesn't mean that life unfolds exactly the way that we think it should unfold. And so sometimes it's easy to love God because things are going well, but then we have, you know, things happen in our life, tragedies happen that are hard to explain. And where is God? I think, you know, I've not questioned in my walk the existence of God, but there are times where you just question, where were you? You know, why didn't you show up, kind of thing, you know. And we all deal with that, being human. And we're going to talk about that a little bit tomorrow. And then loving people, because it's hard to love some people. Some people are hard to love, but we got to love them
Oh.
anyway.
You know what I mean, Brooks?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know what I mean, Brooks?
Not Brooks.
Yeah, and not Brooks. But you got to love them. And how do you love them? The rest of the Bible is really about how you love people.
That's true.
You know, and whether it's business, you know, no matter what it is, treating
Family
people.
members.
Family. There's always, I'll talk about. We have this joke. I have a brother, and we call him Junior. He's Harold Weed Jr. And so I call him Junior. We've always had a great relationship. So we have bust on each other as brothers do. And so when I'm joking around, I say everybody's got an Uncle Junior in their family, you know, and the one that a little off the bubble kind of thing. You know, he's not really off the bubble.
Right.
Well, I like
He's
to
probably
bust on him.
telling everybody,
I'm
everybody's
off
got
the
an
bubble.
Uncle Bob in their
That's
family.
right. That's right.
Your family calls you Robert, I notice.
My family calls me Robert. In fact, if you call my mom and you ask her, where's Bob, she'll say, who?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been
What
Robert.
about
wrong.
Bob?
What about Bob?
The life story of Bob. You just recently watched that movie, you said.
My son, I can relate really to Leo Marvin, who's the psychiatrist, because when Bob comes in with that, it's a hyperbole, it's exaggeration.
What
but when
is that
people
word?
Hyperbole. It's when you exaggerate to make a point. Like if you
He's
say,
talking above us now.
yeah, hyperbole. Just use
Okay.
that word, people think you're smart.
Yeah,
it's the
okay.
one word I learned in college. It's like hyperbole. That sounds good.
I thought
You know.
quadrundum, whatever that word
Conundrum?
is. It was an
That's another
intelligent
good
word.
word. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, it's kind of exaggerated. But the idea that that you can't get away from the needs, and that's the reason why people can be difficult to love, because they have needs. You get it with customers. They want, not only they want a deal, they want it on their terms.
I need.
And you can't get away from it. But you got to learn to love them. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is Mark 7:20-21. It talks about Jesus. It says Jesus was in the house, and he didn't want anybody to know it. Now, I want you to think about it. Jesus came for the sole purpose of saving mankind, and yet he got so busy there are times he had to pull away and be alone. And that's the thing I'd encourage people in the holiday season. Number one, Christ is the reason for the season. But in the busyness, you talked about how you get busy. It's very easy to get busy buying presents, visiting people, and all kinds of that stuff.
Running here and there.
And miss out. So I would encourage everybody to just take a few moments to slow down, get quiet, spend some quality time alone with God.
How do you do that?
Shut the cell phone off. Shut the TV off.
Lock the doors.
Lock
turn
the
on
door.
alarm.
Wait till it's 12 o'clock at night. Susanna Wesley, the famous mother of Charles and John Wesley, She had 21 kids, I believe it was. So how she got private time is she'd lift her outer dress over her head, and they knew that when she was doing that, it was prayer time.
Really?
So if you have 21 kids and get alone, I think we can get alone today. But we have to shut some of the cell phones off and the radio off. Just going back and forth to work, shut the radio off. Just take a few moments to chill out, you know, and
Let your hair down.
let your hair down. You know, it
Right.
wouldn't take you long to do that.
No, right. It'd be
But,
quick.
you know, talk to God. Prayer is just talking to God. Just talk to Him. You don't have to fold your hands. You don't have to talk in King James language. Just talk to Him. He wants to hear from you.
Wow. Well, that's a good word there. In other words, actually, believe it or not, race car drivers have to slow down to go faster. And sometimes you just need to slow down to be able to handle all that you got going on. So, all right. Well, I got a couple other people I do want to mention while I'm at it. Here's another guy I'm pretty happy with, Scott Sockrider. He does power washing. Name of his business is Professional Power Wash. He's been doing it about 12 years. He actually has a website that's called theprofessionalpowerwash.com. Kind of a neat website. You can check him out there. He also has a Facebook page, Power Washing Delaware, on Facebook. Real good guy. It all started, he did Jenny's house. I didn't even know him. I guess he's actually one of our customers, bought a trailer from us. But he did Jenny's house. Then after Jenny's house, he did her neighbor, Leslie's house. And then I'm like, I'm going to deal with this guy. Pretty good guy. Actually, my house had these streaks running down the roof. Like, they almost look like rust marks. I don't even know how that happened. I think it was stuff that came off of airplanes that did it. But none of them would own up to it. I called all the airlines.
Sure it wasn't aliens?
I am not sure. But anyway, he come along and he didn't power wash he like sprayed something on there and then cleaned it. Anyway, it looks really great. And then I had him do a couple other things, and he's just a real good guy. So if you need some power washing done, I highly recommend him. I don't know if you'd want to get it done now or not, but I guess any time is a good time. So his phone number is 858-9568, 858-9568. And I do not know if this special is still good or not, so I'm just going to take a chance here today. Up till the end of November, he was offering 20% off. I'm going to throw it out there, and I hope he'll honor it. If you give him a call today and schedule some work, I'm going to hope and pray that he'll give you 20% off, okay? 858-9568. I can't say that for sure, but push him on that issue and say, hey, Jim Weller said you most likely will give me 25. Ask him nicely, but 20% off is a pretty good savings because I found him to be almost half the price of some other people I have dealt with in the past. 858-9568. If you need any power washing done, give Scott a call and tell him Jim Weller sent you. All right, next we got probably open by now.
Or very shortly, at least.
Very shortly. And 337-8228 if you want to see if they're open, or just get in your car and come on down here. And if you're here before the show's over, stick your head in the door and say howdy. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes with Weller Does Delmarva.
Thanks for listening to Delaware 105.9 on your radio. And for your convenience, streaming live online. Visit Delaware1059.com to hear local news and talk for Delmarva online, streaming 24/7. Sponsored in part by Dart First State. Let Dart do the driving. Save money, save gas, ride greener. Bus routes statewide between Rehoboth, Georgetown, Dover, and Wilmington. Delaware 105.9. Streaming live at Delaware1059.com.
Have a cracked or broken cell phone? Bring it to Laptop and Computer Solutions. They repair cell phones, PCs, laptops, and remove malware and viruses to speed up your computer. The expert team at Laptop and Computer Solutions have years of both knowledge and experience. They service and sell both PC and Mac and carry AC adapters, wireless mics, cell phone accessories, and more. Make your solution Laptop and Computer Solutions. Route 24, Oak Orchard, Millsboro. Online at laptopandcomputersolutions.com or 302-947-4884.
CBS News Update. I'm Gary Nunn. North Korea is proposing a joint investigation with the U.S. into the Sony Pictures hack attack. Pyongyang says it can prove it is not responsible.
This is the North Koreans trying to obfuscate and obviously deflect. What's interesting here is whether or not it provides a target of opportunity for the U.S. to learn more about North Korean capabilities.
CBS senior security analyst Juan Zarate. President Obama told reporters in a Friday
place and time and manner that we choose. It's not something that I will announce here today at a press conference.
The president says that Sony made a mistake shelving the movie. The Interview Box CEO Michael Linden says,
"We have not caved, we have not given in, we have persevered, and we have not backed down. We have always had every desire to have the American public see this movie."
Linton has not indicated whether the film will be released on DVD or through video-on-demand services not controlled by theaters. CBS News Update, I'm Gary Nunn.
Using a brand new experience in hotel design and style. Home to Suites by Hilton. Home to Suites offers modern hotel style packed with the latest amenities like work desks with flat screen TVs, ergonomic chairs and a media hub, kitchenettes with fridge, freezer, and dishwashers, plus Serta Sweet Dream beds for a great night's sleep. At Home to Suites by Hilton, their promise is to always provide earth-conscious products and services, including an indoor saline pool, media room, oasis lobby, spin to cycle, and free daily breakfast. Visit the new Home to Suites in Dover at 222 South DuPont Highway or call 302-674-3300. And don't forget to use your Hilton Honors Reward Points.
Holiday cooking and shopping begins at the Spice and Tea Exchange in downtown Rehoboth. Come explore the culinary wonderland of exotic spices, custom handmade blends and rubs, salts from around the world, infused sugars, and aromatic teas. Step back in time to an 18th century trading post where you'll be invited to open the jars and smell. The staff at the Spice and Tea Exchange share your passion for cooking and dining excellence and will be your guide to help you find your way to flavor or to find the perfect hostess gift or culinary treat for the foodie or culinary artist in your life. Take your time and browse about the shelves, open the jars, and enjoy the fresh, flavorful aromas. Don't be shy. It's gift ideas this holiday season at the Spice and Tea Exchange, located at 10 Rehoboth Avenue and online at spiceandtea.com.
Let's face it, your heating system is probably not a topic of conversation very often, but I bet your energy bill is. Who wouldn't like a lower energy bill anyway? I'm Dave Jones from Atlantic Refrigeration and Air Conditioning. We're your local independent Trane dealer. We can reduce your energy bill by as much as 60% with a new Trane heating system. Let us come and show you all the different ways that a Trane system can save you money and increase your comfort. We have systems that will not only keep you warm, but they will also clean your air at the same time. Maybe you don't need a new system, but you need your present system serviced. We're here for you, and we can fine-tune your system to give you the best results and the lowest energy bills. So if it's lower energy bills you want or need help with a sudden heating emergency, we're the company to call. Give us a call and we will come to your home and put our expertise to work for you. At Atlantic Refrigeration, we take your comfort very seriously. Call today and ask about our Siemens cash financing or take advantage of our Trane cashback rebates. Atlantic Refrigeration Air, or find us on the web at atlanticrefrigeration.com because it's hard to stop a train.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
It was a moment.
It was the moment that changed my life.
We looked down from the chopper and saw the whole area was flooded.
At that moment, it really hit me. This is why I joined the Guard.
People had gone up to the rooftops to escape the rising waters.
Talk about intense moments. We had to lower the guys on line some 30 feet down.
This is where teamwork and training really paid off.
It took steady nerves and steady hands for the chopper pilots to hover like that.
No question, Guard pilots are the best in the world.
I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life.
What could be better than serving the people of my hometown?
In the National Guard, you serve your community as well as your country while you work or attend college. In return, you gain skills in which you can build a career and receive benefits that can help you pay for college. Learn more about what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Maryland National Guard and aired by the Maryland, D.C. Delaware Broadcasters Association and this station.
The following program is a paid commercial presentation. The comments, views, and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff, management, or advertisers of Delaware 1059.
Holy mackerel, that was a quick break. You are listening to Jim Weller. Weller Does Delmarva. We are live, alive. We're live and alive right here at Weller's in Bridgeville. I do want to mention something coming up. This is an inaugural prayer breakfast, okay? I went to it I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I don't know when I went. I've been to it before. It's a time of prayer for our state and county elected officials. So it is on January 13th. So mark your calendar. January 13th, this prayer breakfast is going on at Crossroad Community Church from 7:30 to 9. It's a very nice little event. If you've never met all of our elected officials, Master of Ceremonies for the event will be Representative Tim Dukes, who is also a pastor. Special music by the Crossroad Praise Team. Admission is only $10, and kids 12 and under are free. Tickets can be purchased online at crossroadcommunitychurch.net. Crossroad communitychurch.net, and that is a nice little event they do to get all the newly and all the current elected officials together and pray for them to kick off the new year. A lot of stuff going on. Hey, I want to tell you something that's going on tomorrow. I think my wife has got me down for doing this. Okay? Here we go. Right after church, evidently. It's Sunday, tomorrow, 21st at 3:30. Here you go. Delaware State Park, celebrate the winter solstice with a hike around Burton Island Nature Preserve. There's nothing I'd rather do on Sunday afternoon than take a hike around the Burton Island Nature Preserve and enjoy the sunset over the Indian River Bay. It is tomorrow, the 21st at 3:30. Preserve. You do have to pre-register. 227-6991. 227-6991. It's $4 a person. What is the winter solace? I have no idea. Where is Burton Island Nature Preserve? That I do need to know. If somebody knows, send me a text. Send me a text. I think send me a text. 542-9157. 542-9157. If you can text me, where in the world the Burton Island Nature Preserve? Do you know, Pastor Bob?
I don't know exactly where it is, but
Okay.
I'm sure my wife has taken the kids there a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then does having a year pass get us in free? No, Denise, I don't think it does. And who wants to join us? That's the next question. So, 227-6991. You got to pre-register for that event. Next, Brooks, what is next? You want to talk about these tablets? I keep asking you what's next, and then I answer your question.
You just talk so fast. It's
Man,
hard
I
to keep
do.
up.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
We have some tablets out there for sale, and
Okay.
they're actually going really well. And we have another deal on top of the deals that we already had going on. But we have a 7-inch tablet.
Okay.
And actually bought a couple for my kids. And,
Really?
downloaded apps to them, got them all ready, and now boxed them back up so I can wrap them up.
Aren't you something?
Yeah, so, and one thing, especially if you have young kids, there's an app that's already on. It's called Kiddos.
Really?
And then, you can download other apps. My oldest likes.
How much do
Angry
these
Birds.
apps cost?
They're free. They're free.
But how much do they cost?
They're free.
Oh, okay. All right.
But but it'll actually, you can go into that app and then the kids can play games, but they can't get out of that app. But
Oh, really?
You can download a bunch of games and it moves those games into that one particular app. So if she wants
Okay.
to play Angry Birds, she can be playing Angry Birds in the kiddo section and can't get out and download things or accidentally buy things or
That's
get
a
on the
neat little
internet.
feature.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool. But
Is that already there, or that's something
it's
you
already,
did?
No, it's already on there. It's an app that's built in right into.
That's why I went on the box. It says there's over $100 worth of. That's
correct.
part of that.
Yep.
Okay.
But the tablet itself is $77.50. We have a package going on.
Does that come with a charger?
Comes with a charger.
For
USB charger.
$77.50, brand new.
Correct. Yep.
Is it new or used?
It's brand new.
Brand new.
Sealed box. Yep. 1-year warranty on
What color are they? All black?
Yellow, orange, pink, or blue.
I can't even get a black one.
Can't even get a black one.
Dang! But I can get a yellow one.
But blue has surpassed pink as the most popular color.
Oh, and last week pink was the most
Pink
popular
was the
color.
most yep. But we've sold a lot of
Okay.
blue over the last couple of days. But we have a package deal going on with that.
Okay.
$97.50. You can get the tablet.
Okay.
You can get a keyboard case. So it's a case that has a built-in keyboard. That's
Really?
That's a $20 value.
Hit little cloth and some spray stuff.
That's correct. And earbuds. So
Really?
so that way, if you want to be able to put your kids over there, put the earbuds in.
And I don't
they
want to
can
hear
it,
what
you
you're
don't hear
listening
it.
to.
So all of that for $97.50.
So you get the tablet, the case, and the case has a built-in keyboard. You get a set of earbuds and a cleaning kit.
That's correct.
$97.50. What's the catch?
There is no catch. It's just a great deal.
Can a customer pick what color they want?
They can.
I want a black one then. Oh, you
Pink,
mean of the
blue-
four
of the
colors
four
we
colors.
have? Okay.
And on the earbuds, we got multiple colors as well.
Really?
So you got different options there. But if you're not, you say, hey,
Isn't he something?
Options.
Options.
It's all about options.
You say, hey, I don't need all that extra stuff. I have another deal for you.
Okay.
We have, obviously, the tablet. That's part of the deal.
Okay.
We also have a 16-megapixel Fujifilm digital camera.
My granddaughter bought one of these.
They normally sell for $67.50 out there. Right now, you can buy the tablet and the camera together as a package for $100.
You're kidding me.
Not at all.
So if you take $77.50 just for the tablet,
Mm-hmm.
the difference between that and 100 is all you're paying for the camera.
That's correct.
How much is that?
That is $22.50.
Almost got him.
Almost.
Almost got
Almost
him.
at 23.
He
All
was
right.
ready for you.
He was ready.
But you look how excited he is. He's
Oh,
more
he
excited
loves it.
about this than the Abbott's Grill thing earlier.
I know it.
and we've sold a few of those. Actually, had a guy came in, he was going to buy a couple of those, but only had so much money. And then he's like, he saw the package deal on with the keyboard and stuff. He's like, man. And he's
Which
looking
do I
back and
buy?
forth.
Right? Do I buy?
So he ended up buying both. He ended up buying a package, for the one thing, and then he bought the package with the camera. So he ended up with a couple tablets, a camera, a keyboard.
So I mean,
case,
actually, you would cover multiple people in gift giving.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So you're saying for $100 you get the tablet and a camera, and then if you want it for $97.50, you can get another tablet with the case, with the cleaning kit. You could divide that all up and really look like a hero.
Yeah, and if you want to go, you go another route. You got another tablet, a little bigger setup.
What are we going in the computer business?
I
thought
so.
we were heading into. I thought we were going to sock it to him with the sock world. Now we're into computers. What's next?
Who knows with Jim?
Medical equipment. New, right?
These aren't new.
All right. Hey, I have a song that kind of sticks with me. I'd really like to play it for everybody.
Sure.
Every once in a while a song comes along in your life and you listen to it and you say, boy, that makes a lot of sense. So can we take a minute and just play this song?
Absolutely.
Stand by, everybody. I hope you like it.
Christmas time was approaching. Snow was starting to fall. Their presents, people filling the mall, children waiting for Santa with excitement and glee. Little boy looked up and asked me,
Okay, everybody, that is a song I have been wanting to hear on the radio for a long time. It's called Where's the Line to See Jesus, and it's by a lady named Becky Kelly. And it just really speaks to the time of year. We're all busy, and we get caught up in the hustle and bustle, and we just don't really realize if it wasn't for the birth of Jesus, this whole event, like I don't know how it went from the birth of our Savior to it's all about Christmas gifts and stuff like that, but it's crazy. But please don't get caught up in the craziness. Take some time, as Pastor Bob mentioned, in other words, I went to a seminar one time. I've been to 2 of these seminars. It's the most impactful thing I've ever went to. It was called the Man in the Mirror seminar, put on by an organization called the Man in the Mirror. And it talked about how you're on your way home and you're in a hurry and you just been busy or you're on the phone or something like that. It said, pick a spot in the road if you go the same way, or pick one wherever you're at. And from that moment on, just start thinking about how you're going to greet your wife or your spouse, or how you're going to greet your children. Because so many people walk through the door with the phone up to their ear, and there's their spouse wanting to greet them, there's their children wanting to tell them about their day, and you immediately, by doing that, say to them, you are less valuable than whatever I'm talking to on the phone. In other words, and you talked about valuing people and things like that. And, it really hit me that, I got to make sure when I get home, I'm not walking through the door with the phone up to my ear, in other words, and I got to make sure that I respect people. I've actually recently, when I go to lunch with people, I try really hard to not get and answer the phone, because all it does, we don't realize it, but it immediately says, you now have become less valuable to me, and this phone call has become more valuable, in other words. And so I want to encourage all of us to take some time, children and people. It used to be they would say children spell love T-I-M-E. But in all honesty, I think we all spell love that way anymore.
Absolutely. One of my favorite authors said you can't love in a hurry. I want you to think about that. You really can't. You can't love in a hurry. You have to slow down to be loving.
But it is true, because anybody that's a NASCAR fan will understand this. A car in a NASCAR race has to slow down going through the turns to actually have a better lap time. You have to slow down to go fast, because when they're going through the turns too fast, they're sliding, they don't have the traction they should have, and so they have to slow down to go fast. And life is the same way. We have to slow down to enjoy life. So
I used to think that life was a marathon. I no longer believe that. I think life is a series of sprints. You have to sprint, and then you have to rest. And life, you're going to be busy. It's unrealistic to think that you can slow down.
Because things are like coming at you all the time. In other words, and there's just some things, life happens. I mean, Christian, non-Christian, it rains on the just and the unjust. I mean, in other words, there's just realities to it all. But I want to really encourage all the listeners, and thank you for supporting my show. Thank you for listening to my show. I did Dan Gaffney's show. Dan is on vacation. I hope he returns with a tan. And gifts, of course. But anyway, and we did the show at Jimmy's Grill yesterday morning. I'm going to do it again next Friday morning. Want to invite everybody out to that event. We had a really big crowd yesterday, and really thank everybody for coming out. But I want to thank you for listening to Weller Does Delmarva. Pastor Bob, I want to thank you for coming over and spending time with us this morning. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your friendship and all you do for our community, as well as Eagles Nest. A lot of people think pastors only work, an hour or two a week?
It's a long
In other words, they don't realize you're working like 80 hours a week. Your phone rings night and day, and everybody's either happy or mad, or happy and then mad about
very
something.
few in between. That's the thing I found.
Yep. Yeah. So Christmas is not far away, and we really need to slow down to go fast. So take some time. I guess I better mention First Class Heating and Air one more time, because I really am happy with them. But if you need any heating or air conditioning work, actually something that I have one of these, so I'm really knowledgeable of it. I have a maintenance agreement. So with this maintenance agreement, twice a year they come out and service my heater/air conditioner, okay? But when you buy one of these maintenance agreements, not only do you get the maintenance agreement, you get an additional 15% off any parts or labor that you may need for that. But beyond that, let's say you want some electrical work done. Now you get a discount on that just by having a maintenance agreement on your heating and air conditioning system. What a cool concept. So you buy that maintenance agreement and you have it, but you get an additional discount on any other services they provide. So that's First Class Heating and Air. I am a very happy customer. I promise if you give them a call, you should be very pleased with their service. If you want to talk to me about First Class Heating and Air, don't hesitate to call me. But their number is 934-8900. They do have a website, firstclasshvac.com. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you. And that's that. So we are in the last few minutes of our last show before Christmas. This is show number 68, Brooks.
68, yep.
Isn't that amazing? We've done 68 shows.
Where does the time go?
Where does the time go? Now we're 2 hours long, and it feels like it's only an hour long. But, folks, if you're listening, I want to thank you for listening to my show each week. I get a lot of comments. If you would like to give me any comments or tell me anything, I prefer positive things, but I can take criticism. The best way to reach me would be Jim, Jim, at Wellers, WELLERS.com. Jim at Wellers.com. You can shoot me an email if you want. In other words, so we have a lot going on. I'll be giving a note. Okay, I got that. So anyway, folks, it's the last few minutes of the show. And what was I getting ready to say? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Jason handed me a note. So he said, somebody's here. If you can hear me out in the showroom, he can come right on in if you want to send him on in. But anyway, folks, Weller Does Delmarva weekly show. We do it every week. We stream it. If you missed a show, if you want to see what we look like, if you want to see what Pastor Bob looks like, or Brooks. Brooks is very seldom on the camera.
That's
now
correct.
that I think about it.
Yeah, right now with the setup, it's kind of hard to get me and you guys and not really show all the other stuff in front of me on the show. So soon, I hope to have multiple cameras and multiple views and stuff like that, where you might see me a little more often.
They need to see the expression on your face sometimes.
When you
just
talk
light
about,
up.
Yeah. He really lights up when you talk about these few subjects. One, shore speed, the go-kart. Him and his brother are so daggone competitive, it's unbelievable. Okay, so he lights up about that. Talk about Abbott's Grill, bing, he lights up about that. What was the other thing? Them tablets. And the kids and the tablets. Yeah. He's the kid.
Yeah, he's the kid.
I am a big kid.
Yeah, he is a big kid. So anyway, got a lot of stuff going on. So you could check out all our specials and all our ads at Weller Does. No, wait a minute. I'm confused. Wellers.com. In other words, do you want to say anything, young man? No? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Well, we're in the final minutes of our show. So, Pastor Bob, I know you like to have the last word. Would you like to have it today?
Absolutely.
All
you
right.
know how pastors are. Give them a microphone. Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and just encourage them to, take some time with your loved ones. Take some time with the Lord. Find a place. If you don't have a place of worship, find a church. Worship the Lord Jesus Christ. It is His birthday. And start some traditions. This is a great time to reestablish or to start some traditions that you'll carry through the rest of your life. And I know with my son getting married, that's going to change our traditions. And so it's an opportunity. It's not just a change. We tend to resist change, but it's an opportunity for
Who's the we?
People.
Oh, okay.
Not me and you.
Okay,
obviously not us.
Right. We love change.
We love change, yeah. But it's a great time to start some new traditions and make it about God and people. And in the busyness, enjoy the hustle bustle. I'd say to parents of young kids, enjoy the fatigue. I remember being tired, staying up late, going all over the place. But when that season's over, you'll look back and you'll be glad that you invested every ounce of energy that you did.
I agree.
So enjoy it.
I agree. And Eagles Nest tomorrow morning, everybody is welcome.
Everyone's welcome.
We're not looking to move people from one church to another, but if you're not connected to a church, you are more than welcome.
And check us out online at www.eaglesnest.ca.
Can they hear or see?
They can hear and see. They can
hear and see.
Yeah. I need to correct that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I haven't been on the line lately
Me either.
to see, but we used to do the iPodcasting, but I don't know.
They can for sure hear us.
They definitely can see us. No, they definitely can see and hear it.
Okay.
I don't know if they can just download it to their iPod.
Oh, I got you. You're saying if you go to Eagles Nest, what is it? Eagles Nest
.ch.
.ch. But that probably means church.
That means church.
Okay.
It's very rare. People say, "Well, what's CH? What's CH mean?" Yeah.
See, I'm sharp that way.
Yeah, you are sharp.
I'm sharp as a broken pencil. So, anyway,
and then after the first of the year, we're starting a series in January called Recharge.
Okay.
Because after the holidays, we're tired. People.
That's
so
a good one.
how to recharge? Well, a group of us got together and said,
You
how
got
do
a
we
good team.
how do we make Pastor Bob's preaching better?
Uh-huh.
So let's recharge.
Yeah. Well, free parking, free coffee.
Free parking, free coffee. Yeah,
free fellowship.
Yeah. Great nap during the sermon time.
No snoring.
I have a healing ministry. I heal insomnia. And people come and can't sleep for weeks. They hear me preach.
Right.
Do you hand out pillows?
We haven't, but last a couple weeks ago,
a
girl came in with a pillow.
No,
but she had surgery on her leg.
Okay.
And it was to put her leg up, but it was funny. I'm seeing her walk in with a pillow. I thought this is getting a little bit.
Well,
weird.
I did see in the bulletin one week earplugs.
earplugs. For those, like the music,
Oh, is that what it
sound is like
I
air,
thought it was for those that
heating and
want
air.
to tune you out.
No, it's sound is like heating and air. You can never get it where everybody's comfortable.
That
like
is
we
true.
we have a decibel reader, which we want to keep it at a certain decibel level.
Okay. What's that word?
Decibel. That's
Okay.
the sound noise. So
okay.
we put it at the what's recommended. But you like in any room, they have hot spots, cold spots. Same way with sound. So for those that don't like loud music, like believe it or not, I'm getting older because I don't like loud music. And it's not loud, but for some, they think it's loud. We have some earplugs for their comfort, for the
Wow.
music.
How
you
much
have
are
to,
they?
You have to. They're free.
Really? How much are
You have to
two
take them out when the preaching starts, though.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking earplugs.
Yeah. The
So
demand
I've
for
been-
the
I've
earplugs
been
goes up when the
pushing 'em.
preaching starts.
I've
It's
been
crazy.
pushing them. I'm saying, Pastor Bob is so good, we're giving out earplugs. All right,
Well, we have
everybody.
fun.
Huh? We do have
We
fun.
have fun.
We have fun. So we all get along. We love each other, and some days we tolerate each other. So
we have real community, and and
We really
real
do. I
family,
mean,
and
that's
you
the
have,
thing.
You get irritated with people you love, right? So we're authentic biblical community. We have we know each other well enough now that we can get on each other's nerves.
Right.
But we love each other and we're committed to each other.
because it's all working through the challenges. In other words, anybody can quit, anybody can give up. That takes a skill level of 0. In other words, it's when you can work through and endure and so on and so forth. So, folks, again, you're listening to Weller Does Delmarva. Fran, I want to thank you. You do a great job of making the show what it is. He's behind the scenes back at the studio. Because for you that are listening, we're sitting right here in my office at Weller's in Bridgeville. Well, we are out of time. God bless you all. Merry Christmas to everybody. Take time to reflect on the true meaning of Christmas. Bye.
Welcome back to Delaware Housing Matters, where we talk about everything housing. Let's go to our next caller. Mark, are you still on the line?
Yes, hi. My family has outgrown our house, and we need more space now that the kids are bigger. Someone mentioned that the Delaware State Housing Authority has great low rates, but I thought they only help first-time buyers?
Not anymore. The Housing Authority helps both first-time and repeat buyers. Welcome Home helps first-time buyers now